And I've got 52t equals to 62 parentheses t minus 4/3. And I can see this is going to be slightly messy, this problem. But I knew that might happen. Solve for t, I think probably, why don't we just go ahead and multiply out here. So I've got 52t equals 62t minus 4 times 62 is 248, I think. 248, yeah, over 3. So if I subtract 62t from both sides, I get negative 10t equals to negative 248 over 3. And here I need to divide by negative 10. Well, dividing by negative 10 is the same as multiplying by negative 1/10. So it is something a little strange here. But really, dividing by negative 10 is multiplying by negative 1/10. And this gives me t. And t equals to, well, we can simplify this a little bit. For one thing, the negatives cancel as they should. If you get a negative answer in a word problem, you got to be really careful about that, because most word problems don't admit the possibility of negative answers, because it's, negative quantities don't exist. But here it comes out positive. We can simplify this a little bit. I can divide each by 2, so that's 5, and this is 124. So I end up with 124 over 15, which is about, what? The time is 8 and 4/15 hours. Okay, so if you wanted to know how long it took 8 and 4/15 hours. But that's for the slow car, isn't it? Because t represented the time the slow car drove. So if he took off at, well, when did he arrive in Atlanta? If he took off at 9 o'clock, 8 hours added on to 9 o'clock makes it 5 p.m. And 4/15 hours is exactly 16 minutes. So he arrived at 5:16, right in the middle of rush hour in Atlanta. And if you've never experienced rush hour in Atlanta, well, be glad. All right, so he arrives actually at 5:16, but that's not what the problem asked for, was it? The problem asked for how far was the trip, and they both drove the same distance. So what can we use? Well, either of these equations up here or expressions gives us the distance. And so I think I like this one, because 52 times t rather than this is more complicated. So if I take t, the slow car's time, and put it up here, then we can calculate the miles it took. See how that works? Now, if you didn't write the units, how would you know that? All right, you might lose track of what's what, and where would you go with it? So, but I have miles written up here, and that tells me where the distance is. So let's make a little room. And a reason why we like improper fractions in algebra is because it makes it easier to calculate with. So I'm going to use 1/24/15 multiplied by 52. So 52 times t, 1/24 over 15. And we can simplify that a little bit. I can divide both by 3. That gives me a 5 here. And no, I can't divide that by 3. Never mind. I was thinking about something else. So let me try that again. 52 times 1/24/15. And I think at this point, I can't really reduce that fraction. Because I can't divide 5 into either of these. I can't divide 3 into either one of these. So I think at this point I'm going to pull out the calculator, because I'm not interested in, what would that be? 52 times 124. I'm not interested in 6,448 divided by 15, but I am interested in 429.87 miles. So where's my pen? Here it is. Alright, so this is approximately 429.87 miles. Well, why don't we do this? The trip was just under 430 miles. All right, there we go. Just under 430 miles. Don't forget to write your answer in sentence form. Capitalize the first letter. Put a period at the end. Make sure I can tell it's a period. Because I do count off when you forget periods and don't capitalize or don't write in sentences. I want you to communicate to me in English. Write a sentence. Trip was just under 430 miles. Alright, so that was a pretty significant problem. Had a lot of details to it. But I wanted to walk you through one kind of slowly here so you can see how the units all interplayed with one another. And I hope you followed that well. We'll do another problem in the next video, and that's rate, time, and distance. That's a little bit different. You might ask, well, how could I check this? Well, it's a little messy. I'd probably go to the calculator to check it. The fast car took 8 4/15 hours, or 124 divided by 15. That's how long he took. Well, how long did that's the slow car. How long did the fast car take? Well, he took 1 hour less because he started 1 hour later. And he also arrived 1/3 of an hour before the other car. So actually he drove for 6.93333 hours. So this number here is 6.93 some hours. If I multiply it by 62 miles per hour, then I get 429.87. So it can be checked. You just have to make sure your information that you get for an answer fits the original problem.